Much of the wisdom passed down by the ancients reaches us in small, potent fragments, brief sayings, aphorisms, and mantras. These insights, whether from Roman emperors, slaves, or influential figures, have stood the test of time because they carry profound weight. Today, I want to delve into some of these Stoic ideas that can serve as powerful guiding principles in your life. These aren't mere quotes. They are timeless truths that have endured for thousands of years for one simple reason. They work. One such idea is a paradox. Make haste slowly. This phrase, favored by Emperor Augustus, formerly known as Octavius, encapsulates the essence of a disciplined and deliberate approach to life. Augustus didn't rise to power through reckless haste or forced change. Instead, he was methodical, patient, and meticulous, qualities that allowed him to build an empire without succumbing to impulsive decisions. His transformation from Octavius to Augustus was slow, strategic, and thorough, a lesson in itself. Real, sustainable progress demands time. This principle was instilled in Augustus by his Stoic mentors, Atenodoro and Aristo, who warned him that rushing into action without thought leads to mistakes. For instance, when on the verge of losing his temper, Augustus would count the letters of the alphabet, a practice that reminded him to slow down and think before reacting. It's not that urgency is inherently bad. It's the lack of consideration for consequences that creates problems. Stoicism teaches us that careful, deliberate action often yields better results than hasty decisions, even if their execution takes longer. The military adage, slow is smooth, and smooth is fast, perfectly captures this mindset. Take your time, do it right, and things will unfold more efficiently in the long run. This lesson echoes in the life of General George Thomas, known as the Rock of Chickamauga, a figure who embodied patience and resilience during the Civil War. Though not the fastest or most aggressive general, once Thomas set his sights on a goal, nothing could deter him. His success wasn't rooted in speed, but in focus and perseverance. Similarly, the Stoic principle of urgency with responsibility emphasizes balancing energy with moderation. Approach life with enthusiasm, yes, but temper that energy to avoid recklessness or impulsivity. Augustus, who revered this concept, believed that haste and imprudence were unworthy traits of a true leader. His teachings revolve around the idea that it's better to act slowly and deliberately than to rush and risk failure. This same wisdom resonates in his other sayings, such as a cautious commander is better than a bold one who acts too quickly. Another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy is the importance of cultivating both a strong mind and a strong body. Many imagine philosophers as bookish scholars, but this isn't the full picture. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Socrates, were physically active individuals. Marcus was a general. Seneca pushed himself to overcome physical challenges, and Socrates was renowned for his endurance and love of long walks. They understood that a healthy body was essential for a disciplined mind. Seneca, in particular, emphasized treating our bodies with rigor so they don't become disobedient to the mind, urging us to care for our physical well-being to support mental clarity and resolve. This principle is vividly illustrated in the story of Theodore Roosevelt, who overcame a fragile, asthmatic childhood by committing himself to physical strength. When he was just 12 years old, his father told him, "You have a mind, but you do not have the body." Roosevelt vowed to change that. This commitment led him to embrace a path of physical discipline, which he later called the strenuous life. His dedication to building his body became foundational to his success and was a promise he upheld throughout his life. The message here is simple yet profound. What doesn't challenge you won't change you. The Stoics believe that strength arises from struggle, that overcoming difficulties fortifies character, resilience, and wisdom. So, rather than shying away from challenges, face them with the intention to grow and improve. A strong mind and a strong body are not separate entities. They are intertwined, forming the bedrock for living a disciplined and impactful life. In life, We often spend much of our time trying to avoid difficulties, adversity, and struggles. But Stoicism reminds us that these are not obstacles to fear. They are opportunities to embrace. Through hardship, we forge strength. Through challenges, we cultivate resilience. By adopting the Stoic mindset, we learn to navigate life's complexities with patience, purpose, and unyielding determination. It's human nature. After all, no one seeks out pain willingly. Yet while we often fixate on the discomfort of challenges, there's a deeper truth many overlook. Adversity is often the gateway to growth. This phenomenon, known as post-traumatic growth, has been observed time and again by psychologists and social scientists. We can, and often do, emerge stronger from the struggles we face. The Stoic philosopher Seneca frequently spoke of his admiration for those tested by hardship. He believed that individuals untouched by adversity remain unaware of their true potential, blind to their own capabilities. If you look back on your life, you'll likely recall moments of struggle, perhaps even recent ones. If someone had told you at the start of those difficult times that you'd overcome them, would you have believed it? And yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, shaped by navigating those trials. Through struggle, we gain a deeper understanding of how we respond to difficulty. We learn about our resilience and capacity to endure. You don't need to seek out adversity deliberately, though facing challenges, whether in work, relationships, or physical pursuits, can foster growth. The key is this. When adversity finds us, we must embrace it. We can let these struggles define us, or we can choose to grow because of them. The Stoics didn't merely accept hardships, they saw them as opportunities. They embraced the concept of amor fati, loving one's fate. It's not about resignation, but full acceptance, viewing every experience as uniquely suited to your development at that moment. You have the power to see adversity not as a burden, but as something that refines you. Just as fire transforms whatever is thrown into it into flame and light, so too can we emerge from our struggles stronger and more illuminated. The Stoics believed what we endure shapes us. The difficulties we face can become fuel propelling us forward, like a crucible turning raw material into something refined. When you confront adversity, you're given the chance to turn it into opportunity, to transform it into something greater. While it's essential to accept life's struggles, we must also be wise in preparing for the unexpected. Seneca and Marcus Aurelius warned against being caught off guard. While many focus on positive visualization, the Stoics advocated negative visualization, contemplating what could go wrong to prepare for when it does. This isn't about expecting failure, but equipping yourself for challenges and accepting that difficulties are a natural part of life. It's not about fearing bad things, but strengthening yourself so you're not blindsided when plans falter. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, fearing potential problems doesn't make them more likely to occur, just as fearing a storm won't make it rain. It's about mental readiness, having a plan, and cultivating the resilience to face whatever comes your way. By considering worst-case scenarios, we empower ourselves to act with confidence, knowing we're prepared for whatever the future holds. So, the next time you face a challenge, don't shy away. Instead, embrace it as an opportunity to grow and prove to yourself just how much you can handle. You might discover you're far stronger than you ever imagined. In life, things rarely unfold exactly as we expect, and that unpredictability is part of its beauty. The unexpected happens constantly, and wisdom lies in preparing mentally and emotionally for what's beyond our control. Wisdom doesn't mean predicting every event, but understanding that life brims with surprises, some pleasant, others less so. By staying aware of possibilities and managing expectations, we position ourselves to respond skillfully to whatever arises. A timeless principle of Stoicism is this: who we are shapes the lives we lead. It's not about whether bad people can succeed, but recognizing that success built on poor values and ego will never bring fulfillment. True success stems from aligning with virtue and purpose, ensuring that the life we build reflects the best version of ourselves. Confusion is inevitable for the individual and anyone connected to them when character and values are neglected. The Stoics teach us to focus on what lies within our power, our character, our principles, and our actions. When you encounter someone with poor character, there's no need to be surprised by the negative outcomes that follow. Their behavior has already revealed who they are. As Seneca wisely observed, a true leader cannot claim ignorance when things fall apart. A genuine leader understands the essence of those they allow into their lives and work. Ignoring red flags isn't just negligence. It's an active choice that paves the way to failure. People driven by insecurity, dishonesty, or ego will inevitably create chaos, not only for themselves but also for others around them. Recognizing this early saves immense energy spent trying to change what has already been laid bare. Consider the famous story of Musonius Rufus and a man consumed by greed. Seeing through the man's obsession, Musonius gave him exactly what he craved: money. He knew it wouldn't transform him. It would only hasten the exposure of his flaws. Sometimes, handing success too quickly to someone with flawed values accelerates their downfall rather than uplifting them. Look at Marcus Aurelius. As emperor, he wielded absolute power, yet it did not corrupt him. Why? Because of the unyielding character he had cultivated over years of discipline and reflection. Guided by mentors and philosophical teachings, he aspired to be a good person. Imperfect, yes, but grounded in wisdom. His destiny wasn't shaped by the vastness of his authority, but by the deliberate choices he made, rooted in his core values. Power didn't define him. His moral compass did. One of the most profound concepts in Stoicism is memento mori, the reminder that we are mortal. Though it may seem somber, its purpose is deeply empowering. It injects urgency and clarity into our existence. Too often, we delay action or squander time under the illusion that tomorrow is guaranteed. But every moment lost is irretrievable, gone forever without a trace. Time is finite, slipping through our fingers like sand in an hourglass. When we embrace the reality of mortality, we begin to use our days more wisely. We live intentionally, focusing on what truly matters. Life is fleeting, and living with this awareness infuses each action with meaning. As today unfolds, remember this: your time is your most precious resource. The life you're living now is all you have, and every second counts. Take charge of your character, make decisions aligned with your values, and honor the gift of time you've been given. Live with purpose, and carry these words with you always: memento mori. Let the fragility of life inspire greatness in how you choose to live it.